we're headed out west. Check out this house. This one's in Arizona. Welcome to How Much House for the Money, everyone. We're going to begin right here in Pearce, Arizona. $99,000 and more than 3/4 of an acre. We've got to check it out. So this one's in Pearce, Arizona, and this is $99,000 on a 2,293 square foot lot, so not a huge parcel. It offers 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and more than 2,300 square feet of space. Yeah, this caught my attention for $99,000. And we are in Cochise County, where the population is around 127,000 people. So what we're going to do is we're going to just trim back that hedgerow and expose a little bit more of the outside of this. This house gives me a little mid-century modern vibe. So it looks like the agent altered the exterior to show what it could look like with some native desert plants. Yeah, a little more than 3/4 of an acre, $99,000 in Pearce, Arizona. More than 2,200 square feet, built in 1964. And it states it does have a garage. And in Cochise County, one of their news stations articles had stated that they are not raising their property taxes again this year. So that's 2 years in a row to help save homeowners money. So I thought that was a very nice find. So if you're looking in Arizona, you may want to check out Cochise County. And this is Pearce, Arizona for $99,000. Good size house too. Look at that very pretty archway. Your enclosed like patio space, enclosed entrance. Very fine. There's your parcel and a detached garage that looks like it's also brick. Yeah, this is a great find for any of you looking in Arizona. How's everybody out there doing? Happy Sunday, everybody. Cheers. If you're new here, you're welcome to subscribe to the channel, join our growing community, and definitely hit that notification bell if you're interested in what kind of houses are out there, what kind of house you're going to get for your money in different states, different towns. And many times I show you properties that are under $75,000, under $50,000, sometimes even under $35,000 that you can move right into. And many times those properties have land. So stick with me and I'll show you the way. Gonna have a beautiful Sunday. It's always a beautiful day to view houses together. And look at this. So we have a nice shade tree in the back. We can just trim up the backyard, plant some native desert landscape, and beautify this. Looks like it does have a fenced yard. Pearce, Arizona, in Cochise County. You can see the mountains in the background. Very nice. If you live in any of these areas in today's episode, leave us a comment and let us know how it treats you, how long you've been there. That's how we learn a little something from each other. And this one's at 1110 East Justin Street, Pearce, Arizona, and that's 85625. And here's where we are on the map. House was built in 1964. So there's your rectangular parcel. So we're near, let's see here. Got TJ's Bar and Grill. Shout out to them. We have Windmill Cafe also nearby, and 1764 Vineyards, Four Tails Vineyard. Sweet. So we are, let's see, west of Sunny Zona, and we are east of Benson and southeast of Johnson, and let's see, Hilltop is over to the east, and Tucson, Arizona is up here to our northwest, right above Sunsites and Gleason and Tombstone. Right here, red marks the spot. And this is $99,000 property right there on more than 3/4 of an acre, not far off of Highway 10. 1110 East Justin Street. And it states here on the listing, 2,293 square feet of potential on a generous 0.86 acre lot, plus a large detached garage with alley access. It's a quiet neighborhood with a tranquil desert setting, and there's a sizable lot that offers you room to spread out and pursue ideas. Love that. And let's see here. It was listed for $79,900 and sold back in 1996. Then they listed it in April for $134,000. Now they're down to $99,000. The house is 62 years young, and on an assessment of $15,285 shows the taxes at $1,515. And again, that's Cochise County, where the property tax rate is 0.61 to 0.87%. So I didn't see a street view right on this listing. However, I did do a little digging, and here is the street view. So here's what the house looks like. or it did look like when it was yellow with a blue trim. Looks like it does have a fireplace because they wrapped the chimney, but it does have flowering shrub along the outside. Looks like you may have a little circular driveway, but here's the neighborhood. Look at that backdrop. And this is Pearce, Arizona, $99,000 house. And the property values, median home values, are just under $300,000 in this area. So a lot of room for equity growth, and that's what the house looks like with a different color. And this is what they show it to look like. Oops, sorry about that, wrong house. This is what they show it currently. All grown over. $99,000. 1-car garage, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and more than 2,300 square feet of living space. Nice. Okay, now we're going to head into Lovell, Wyoming. This is quite a find also. If you know anything about the real estate market in Wyoming, in Arizona, in Idaho, in Utah, any of those places, it's very high. And this one's 165.9. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms with 1,865 square feet, built in 1917. Let's check it out. This looks like it could have block foundation. Here's our little covered entry. This has charm. This is at 326 Oregon Avenue. And this one is in Lovell, Wyoming in Bighorn County. And yeah, 165.9. Properties are really high in Wyoming. The price goes up mighty fast. So this may be a great find for one of you in Bighorn County, where the population is 12,300 people and the property tax rate's 0.70%. Now in this place, we're going to get municipal utilities more than likely. And we're getting sidewalks for walkability, little side entry as well, a lot of shade trees. Looks like a shingle roof. Oh, look at this. There's our pop of color in Wyoming. Who wants to go to Wyoming? I will meet up with you there and we can just go ride some horses, go have a little fun. Why not? Hit a good barbecue. Sounds like a good time to me. You know, we got to have a little fun, you guys. Cheers to that. Look at this. This is sweet. Really nice and clean on the inside. You can move right in there. This has got character. 165.9. And a little more than a quarter of an acre. 1,865 square feet. Built in 1917. It's been on the market 28 days. And it offers 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. They have a couple chandeliers when you want to get a little fancy. Oh, I like that. Look at how that little fireplace is tucked back in there. That's cool. I like the rounded edge, little architectural detail, archways from room to room. Very pretty. Hardwood flooring, tin ceiling, or at least it looks like tin ceiling panels. Let me know what you guys think of these houses in today's episode. And yes, I understand the price points are way higher than I typically show. If you've been with me for a while, or if you haven't been, definitely meander through the episodes. Many times I'll show you properties under $50,000 that you can move right into, and sometimes even under $35,000 with land. So stick with me and I'll show you the way. However, it's good to look outside of the box, and it's fun to see what's out west. But these are low price points, believe me. And it's challenging to find the houses that I can show you with lower price points that look like, you know, they're at least move-in ready. Some are really rough around the hedges. But it's always nice to see what else is out there. And this is a very fine kitchen. Look at all of those cabinets. Now, if you did not want that square backsplash, you could put in like a vertical subway tile. That would be very nice to really accent that wall. Open it up a little bit, brighten it up. So we do have an electric range. And there is carpet in our kitchen. We could take that out if you didn't want it in there. I'll help you. I'll come to Wyoming. Roll that up and remove it. This is sweet nonetheless. So they do have a variation of flooring in this house. And again, it's around 1,865 square feet. So this could be the primary bedroom with a bath. Nice. Full bathroom there. Another wood stove, another source of heat. I would imagine you're going to need that pretty soon in Wyoming. And if you live in any of these areas, let us know in the comments section. There's your laundry room. Very fine. And I want to say kudos to those of you who have found houses through these episodes. That's what it's all about. I love reading those comments, so keep those coming. This channel is for you, all of you out there that are just interested, or you want to see what's out there, or you're looking for a house maybe, whatever it is. It's always good to see what kind of house is out there that we can get for our money. And look at this. They knew I was coming, you guys. There's a clawfoot tub. Wyoming is speaking my language. Nice. There's a little shell-shaped sink. Say that 3 times fast. Sweet find right here. 165.9 in Lovell, Wyoming in Bighorn County. Sweet find. Very nice. Has a lot of potential inside and out, I would say. And 326 Oregon Avenue, and this is where we are on the map. And that's Lovell, Wyoming, 82431. There's your square parcel. So we're getting a lot of local amenities, including the Hyatt Theater, the Pizza Factory, and more. And let's see, what else do we have? Hot Stuff Pizza, Shoshone Bar and Grill. Very fine. You also have a grocery store nearby, the market at Lovell. A lot of local amenities, and we're west of Kane, Wyoming, and we are southeast of Cowley and Franny, and we are east of Byron and Garland. Yellowstone National Park is right over here to the west of us, so this would be northern Wyoming. We're not too far from that Montana line by any means. And this is Lovell, Wyoming. Very fine in Bighorn County at 326 Oregon Avenue. And 1,865 square foot house. Filled with historic character, including original hardwood floors, soaring ceilings, graceful arched doorways, antique light fixtures, and charming floor-to-ceiling cabinetry that we saw. Plenty of room to garden on the outside or expand and create beautiful outdoor space. And when we look at the history on this one, they don't disclose the price, but it was sold in July. So I'm not sure what's going on with it. Now they list it for $169,900, and they're down to $165,900, and the property's 109 years old. And on an assessment of $20,297, shows the taxes at $1,137. And again, that is Bighorn County, and the property tax rate's 0.70%. And they're asking $165,900 for that. It's a very fine house. And let's see the street view. There it is, right behind the tree there. Sidewalks for the walkability, very nice. We always research neighborhoods and things. Do have storage across the road. And that is another look at the exterior, very fine. And that is on Oregon Avenue in Lovell, Wyoming, 82431. Now we're going to head into Jerome, Idaho. So here's another property that's $159,900. It does state it's a foreclosure, and this is at 405 East Avenue B in Jerome, Idaho, 83338. 4-bedroom and 1 bathroom, and they're asking $159,900 for this in Idaho. So what are we getting? Attached garage. This is cute as a bug. Looks like it's wood-sided, but again, you can have those home inspections. Go check these out and get the lay of the land. The links to the listings are in the description box below every video. This is super charming. You could even just give it a fresh coat of paint, maybe even switch out that front door. Be very pretty. Nice find right here too. Jerome, Idaho in South Central County. So we have a privacy fence. And in this county, there's 185,000 people, because I think that's a tri-county type of thing for their population calculations. And the property tax rate's 0.43 to 1%, pardon me. And the median home values here are $330,000. And they're asking $159,900. There's your backyard with a shade tree. Jerome, Idaho. And one thing about all of these towns is they all have a crime grade, because I did look that up. It seems like there's more comments coming in about that recently. And the crime grade for Jerome, Idaho is a C+ to a C-. And in Lovell, Wyoming, it's a B- to a C. And in Pearce, Arizona, it's a crime grade of B. So it gives you a kind of an indication of the crime grades and price points, population count, and the median home values. So here it looks like we have a bedroom with closet space and maybe another storage room here. On the left photograph, there's your backyard. It's nice, it's privacy fence. Sweet. This is built 1909 with 1,040 square feet, and this is on a 6,098 square foot lot. Been on the market only 5 days. So there's your covered patio with your concrete slab. We do have some carpet in the living room. And I guess they determine, crime grades are determined by their calculating of the per capita rates for violent and property crime. And then they take those numbers and they weigh them in severity against the national and regional areas. So when they rate them, I guess it can be from an A to an F with pluses and minuses. So these are all A's to C's in these towns. So there's what we see of the full bathroom with a single shower, vinyl flooring. And this is Jerome, Idaho. So we're getting $300,000 and $340,000, median home values. So there's a lot of room for return on your investment with these properties. Even though I do understand the price points are higher in today's episode than what I usually show you, but it's just good to see what's out there, and it's fun to go out west. I should say a shout out to my friend Heidi Ho. She's out in Colorado. Loves it. And there again is the front door and the covered front. There's your municipal utilities, which would also be very nice. And this is Jerome, Idaho. When you have those home inspections, you'll learn, the longevity of the roof. You'll check the windows, check the foundation, run your mechanicals. And this is 159.9 in Jerome, Idaho, in South Central County. So you do have a little outbuilding. Yeah, this one's nice. This has character. Dress up that little back porch. Does look like it has a shingle roof. So there's what we have of our kitchen. Yeah, this is sweet. So there's your enclosed stairway leading up to the next level. And I bet we're going to find hardwood flooring beneath that carpet. Let's roll it up and find out. Yeah, that is super sweet, this one here. There's your laundry room. And there's another angle of the kitchen. So we do have like a little counter there where you could put some counter high chairs. Now, if you didn't want those intrusive overhead cabinets, those could be removed. So we could open up that kitchen a little bit. But it's nice how they've exposed the stair railing. Yeah, we could work with this all day long in Jerome, Idaho. Yeah, and there's another angle of the shower. And that is 405 East Avenue B, Jerome, Idaho 83338. Let's see where we are on the map. There's your rectangular parcel. Going to get a lot of local amenities. Let's see, we have the 208 Bar and Grill. We have, Garibaldi's Mexican Restaurant, Fat Clarence's Pub and Grub. Trying to see, they have a county fairgrounds nearby. Trying to see if they show us a grocery store. Walmart Supercenters right to the south, along with a county airport over to the east. Nice. So we have Barrymore down to the southeast, Appleton over to the west. Glenns Ferry up to the northwest. Boise, Idaho is right up here to the northwest. And we've got Blackfoot over here to our east. Right there, Jerome, Idaho. So this would be southern Idaho. 405 East Avenue B. And that's 159.9, and it states here, in the heart of Jerome, offering 1,040 square feet of living space on 0.14 acre of a lot, 1.5-story house with a solid foundation. Great first-time home buy. And outside you have a covered patio and a manageable yard with room for future improvements, and the house does have a functional layout. And when we look at the history on this one, it was listed for $169,900. They've reduced it to $159,900. The house is 117 years young. And total assessment of $85,245 shows the taxes coming in at $38. And again, the property tax rate's 0.43 to 1% in South Central Counties, Idaho. And here's our street view. There we go. Looks like we may be on a corner lot. We always research neighborhoods and things, but there is what we see of it. Very sweet little place. Very charming. I like it. 405 East Avenue B. And that's $159,900, and it does state it's a foreclosure. Banks do not want to hang on to those properties, so you're always welcome to make offers. They're placed on the market to be sold. All right, so we have Jerome, Idaho for $159,900. Then we have Lovell, Wyoming for $165,900. Then we have this deal in Pearce, Arizona for $99,000. And just for kicks, I'm going to throw you in Bascom, Florida, because I saw this popped up earlier as I accidentally hit the tab. But if you're looking in the South and you want to see what's out there for way lower price points, this one's $65,000 in Bascom, Florida, and this is North Florida. And so Bascom, Florida is in Jackson County, I do believe is what it is. I think it's Jackson County. I had it written down. Yeah, it's Jackson County. And this area here has a crime grade of A-. Been on the market only a day or two. Built in 1920. It's on little more than a half an acre. It's 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms with more than 2,000 square feet of living space. So if you don't want to go out west, you'd rather go down south and live in a house on a little more than a half an acre, this one's $65,000. So we do see a stone facade on the outside porch, and on the right side may have a shingle roof. This is quite unique. 4803 Basswood Road, and this is Bascom, Florida in Jackson County with a population of 47,000 people in the county. It's a beautiful staircase. This is so pretty. This has a lot of character to it. There's your carport, shingle roof. Property tax rate's 0.94% in Jackson County, and the median home values are coming in just under $200,000. And this is hot off the listing press. So $65,000 house in the South, and this is North Florida. And you're going to be within less than 13 miles to Blue Springs Park with this, where you're going to have springs water that's crystal clear, that's 72 degrees year round, and it's so beautiful there. And you're not too far from the Suwannee River. So if you've never experienced North Florida, I highly recommend checking it out. And here's a property for $65,000. All the more reason to go there and get the lay of the land, I'd say. Jackson County. Yeah, this has potential too. Look at that beautiful patio. And I do want to say that that rock is limestone. So the house is vinyl sided, but again, go check it out. The links to the listings are in the description box below. So here we're headed in. So we do have at least one covered fireplace and hardwood flooring. $65,000 house. So isn't it amazing? I mean, you go out west, you got Wyoming, and on the lower price point, you've got $169,900. In Idaho, you've got just one under $160,000. In Pearce, Arizona, you got a house for $99,000. And you go down south to Florida, and you've got a house for $65,000 on a little more than a half an acre. And they all seem very nice for the money. And you guys can let me know what you think in the comments section. So we are getting hardwood flooring. They all might need a little attention, and that's okay. This house is looking for their person. That's what it's all about on this channel. So there we have our bathroom with our little shower with a linen closet right beside it. Now you could remove that wall and open up and have a larger shower if you wanted. If you didn't mind losing the closet space. You could always implement one somewhere else, I would imagine. Yeah, this is sweet. This house has over 2,000 square feet of living space. Built in 1920. Looks like somebody might have lived there for a while. Yeah, this has potential all day long. There's our little pop of green. That looks like another fireplace, so there's two at least. $65,000 house to call your own if you want to live in the South. So that might be a laundry room behind that bathroom. So we do have this full bathroom. So yes, if you wanted to enlarge the other shower, you totally could, and probably implement linen storage right there in that laundry room, I'm guessing. Yeah, go get the lay of the land, you guys. This is $65,000. Look at the size of our kitchen. Nice. Look at all of the cabinets. And there's vinyl flooring. You're getting a couple of windows. Ceiling fan in your kitchen. Doesn't show appliances. Here's what we have, what we can see of our parcel. More than a half an acre. 4803 Basswood Road in Bascom, Florida, 32423. Looks like it could be corner lot. Yeah, there's your parcel. Sweet. And it looks like there's vacant farmland right around you and behind you. That is very fine for if you want rural living. And you're right above Mariana, and you're right near all of the beautiful natural springs. There's so many. And 4803 Basswood Road. And 2,006 square feet, built in 1920. And this just gives you a little bit more of an idea of where you are. This is Bascom. Then we have Greenwood down to the south, along with 2 Egg. And let's see here. We have Steam Mill over to our east. So we're not far from the Florida line by any means. And we have Cottondale over to the west, Mariana down to the south, Chattahoochee down to the south, Tallahassee's down to the southeast. And you're not far off of 2 and 27. And Graceville's over to the west, and Bonifay and Chipley are down to the south. And there you are in Bascom, Florida, 4803 Basswood Road. And it states here, one-of-a-kind historic farm home. Beautiful and rare limestone cladding on the front of the house. Frames in the large covered porch. The owner stated the limestone was picked from the nearby farm over 100 years ago. They don't build them like this anymore. And inside you'll find solid wood doors and built-ins, large spacious rooms, multiple fireplaces, hardwood flooring, rustic charm, and multiple doors connecting many different rooms. There are loads of options to configure however you like. And the roof was replaced in 2019, and some landscaping cleanup will be needed, but the home does need a little repair, and states there's no permanent HVAC system, but I would have put in mini splits and a wood stove. All fireplaces have been covered and condition is unknown, and you do have electrical and plumbing updates, and including a new well pump. That's fantastic. Somebody go check that one out too. And it was listed and removed back in 2022. Now they're asking $65,000. The house is 106 years young. And on a total assessment of $37,894, taxes are coming in at $510, and that's Jackson County, where the property tax rate's 0.94%. And let's see if we can see a street view. This gives you just an idea of where it is. And in these areas of Florida, you're going to have long, sandy driveways. And this is Bascom, Florida, and Jackson County, 4803 Basswood Road for $65,000. And that house has over 2,000 square feet of living space. And that'll do it for today's episode. So whether you want to live in Arizona, Idaho, Wyoming, or down south, these house options are out there for you. We'll see you in the next one, because I'll have more houses coming up with low price and high potential. Have a great day, everybody. Cheers.